Hey everyone, I'm Rifaldi and we're from Group 2. In this video, we're going to discuss about our movie Everywhere. We're going to explain about the actors and their roles in the movie, how sociology views transnational crime, and also, of course, what the movie is all about itself. Since we got the part and or theme that talks about apparition and social control, we also going to explain how it's related to the movie itself and what do we expect from the audience to get after watching our movie Everywhere.
Alright folks, and now we're back in the review section now, and then I'm gonna show you about the appearance of the actors, which is me, Arkan, and Pace. Pace is Zulfikar Akbar, yes. And as it's shown in the movie, because I was the main character that plays as the drug dealers, then Pace is playing his role as the one who helped me to bring the cocaine, which is because I was shooting in the middle of the town, which is in the park, and everyone is watching, and then I'm gonna act like Pace is stabbing his knife at me and it was gone. And the appearance of Pace is only took about 20 seconds from the total. And then we're moving to Arkan. Arkan is the appearance of him in the first section of the video, the movie. I mean, he's becoming the orphan housekeeper, which is I was bringing a box which is containing that it's a book, some food, and then I put the cocaine, which is can be said as Arkan is helping me to keep the cocaine safe. So I'm using him as the open housekeeper that maybe police will not recognize. The authority will not know that I have some cocaine or maybe drugs in open house or what's it called. And
now I will explain two of the actors played by Hafiz Putranta and then in our short silent movie. So the actor played by Hafiz Putranto is a drug lord. So he played a drug lord in which from the outside the drug lord looked very kind, giving up charities, giving to the poor, but actually that is his way of concealing his illicit drug trafficking practice, so that people don't suspect him of doing drug trafficking. So that's how he cover up his work, so that it's not easily recognized.
Today, transnational crime has become a serious threat to global security and prosperity. One of the important multilateral mechanisms is tackling transnational crime, especially those carried out by transnational organized criminal groups. It's the United Nations Convention on Transnational Organized Crime, or UNTOC. UNTOC will be a basic guide for countries in effort to combat transnational crime. Because of its strategic location, Indonesia is vulnerable to various forms of transnational crime. For this reason, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has always intensified international cooperation in addressing transnational crimes in order to protect Indonesia's national interest and sovereignty. As for the kind of international crime in the world, such as people smuggling and trafficking in persons.
Okay, so my name is Arkan, and I'm going to react towards the international transnational crime and drugs that are still happening in our world. So first of all, personally, I'm feeling really sad about this issue when I hear this issue, because this issue is still going on since many years ago, since 100 years ago, and it's still happening in our world. So the question is, why is it so hard for us to overcome this problem? Why is it so hard for the international organization to dismiss the illegal organization that provides this kind of thing. So, I would describe drugs in a logic as a candies. Drugs are just like candies because once you eat them, you will be very addicted to them, and that is what makes drugs are so hard to be dismissed. And then, according to the data in WHO in 2016, there were more than 160 people who were accused of using drugs. And can you imagine from this number how many people could be killed ridiculously just because of these drugs, just because of this ridiculous thing? Okay, and then because of this urgency, the United Nations itself has also been paying attention to these specific issues by creating a specific organization that handles or tackles this issue, and it's called the UNTOC, or the United Nations Transnational Organized Crime, in which they had held three specific convention toward these issues. The first one is in the 1961, the second one is in the 1971, and the third one is in the 1981. And Indonesia has always been a very great part of this action because Indonesia had been chosen as one of the 53 members of the Commission on Anti-Drugs and Crime, or the CND, since 2013. So guys, I believe that together we could overcome this kind of problem, and let's save the world together. Thank you.
So in conclusions, the short movie Everywhere mainly take the connections about international crime and how it can happen in many situations, in many places, and also in many times of the day, many times of the year as well. This kind of international crime do not care about whether this place is holistic or whether this place is really a bad place, or whether this is happening place like I already mentioned before. Also, this is not caring about time of the year. It can happen any day of the week, 24/7, because this kind of crime really goes on in a cycle that we barely know. That's why in this films we talk about the place that is actually very supposed to be a safe place. This is the orphan house where the people supposed to be maintained carefully, and so on and so forth. And also we are actually inspired by the fact that there is an actual case that these drugs happen to be storage in an urban house. And also I think that this is not only happening in our country. This is like international crime that happen in a lot of places. Even some of the in the foreign country, there are people that storing the drugs in the church, for example. If that drugs is illegal in that country. So what I'm trying to say, once again, what we're trying to bring in this movie is to make realizations of the people, to create the awareness of how that the international crime can actually be everywhere, and everyone need supposed to be aware to the everyone we know. Not to mention about the realist theory that every people are really possible to become something bad to the others. No, we don't want to bring that kind of bad behavior or this kind of bad perceptions toward others, but the awareness of being maintained to other people, especially the people you don't know, the strangers, and even sometimes the people you know, you still need to maintain that, not to having a bad perspective to them, but this is just the kind of awareness that we are trying to bring by this movie. Thank you.
Siapa namanya?
Aldo.
Siapa namanya?
Saya mau. Saya mau.
Then happened? Alles good for so far?
Alles so good.